Faithful, I need y'all to lock in for this one. If the San Francisco 49ers were done with Brandon Aiyuk, he'd already be gone. But he's not. And that tells me everything I need to know. See, a lot of people out here talking about cut him, move on, get him out of the building. But let me ask you this. What smart front office lets a top receiver walk for nothing? Especially when you're trying to win a Super Bowl right now. This ain't emotions. This is business. And right now, the 49ers are moving like a team with a plan, I think. Because if they wanted Aiyuk gone, if they really wanted him gone, he'd be gone. They would have made that move already. So now we got to have the real conversation. Is this about leverage? Is this about timing? Or is Aiyuk still part of this team's future? This would be crazy. Because one thing I'm telling you right now, Brandon Aiyuk getting released, I'm not buying it. Let's talk about it. Should the 49ers keep Aiyuk or move on? Drop in the chat right now, faithful. I'm reading everything. Mike, we going to talk today, bro, because some stuff has been going down. When free agency kicked off, they said, there was a report by, I think, a beat writer that said, and not just a beat writer, but a national writer for a news source that said, expect the 49ers to release Brandon Aiyuk by, the time free agency starts, which would have been 4 p.m. last Wednesday. Oh, shoot, like a week ago.
It was all good just a week
ago. And, it didn't happen. And then another report came out and said that the 49ers, Mike, were looking for a 7th round pick for Brandon Aiyuk. And then, I don't know if you watched that guy to be, and then there's another, then George Kittle goes on Busting with the Boys.
See, now we're getting somewhere.
And has a conversation about his boy Brandon Aiyuk. And I felt like he didn't throw him under the bus. It was weird. I'm curious, Mike. I got you here, bro, because I don't care what side you stand on, fam. Like, it's weird. It's a weird situation for me. And we're gonna talk about his contract because his contract, the guaranteed money for 2026 was voided. So I can't wait to just hear you bust off. Pause. I'm ready. What up, Mike? I said a lot in the first 3 minutes of this show. Shout out to the Breezy Bunch crew. Before we get started, y'all out here, I'm going to be posting you guys up here in the chat while Mike talks for a little bit. Mike, I want to start with your quick initial thoughts, and then we'll get into segment 1, which will be scrolling down at the bottom of the screen, all right?
Yeah. No, this is really good, man. I like that you took up a lot of time because we that much closer to telling people how we really feel. There's restrictions and stuff that are going on here on YouTube. But listen, man, I like a lot of what you said, Wayne, and I'm gonna give you one of my big ones. Wow. I'm gonna give you one of my big ones straight out the gate. People are like, oh man, he quit on the team. Well, according to George Kittle, no, he didn't. Oh, well, he wasn't showing up for training camp and getting checked. And according to George Kittle, yes, he was. He was here. Then all of a sudden you start thinking about, he had to be here if he was supposed to be the leader in the locker room and he was asking Hankerson for a bigger role and let him lead the wide receiver teams. He had to be here, right? All of a sudden we start connecting these dots. And you know what someone else said, right? Even after all of that, I saw somebody say, and it got a little bit of steam, well, he's injured and we don't need that here. Have you been paying attention to free agency? Wayne, they can't convince me that this team don't collect broken players, bro. They can't convince me that they don't collect broken players, bro.
Did I make the face before you said collect broken players? Yeah, I did. Okay,
man.
Because it just dawned on me. Wait a minute, you got an injured wide receiver. They signed 2 free agent wide receivers coming off of injury. 2, not 1, but 2. And they're not done yet. I don't think they're done yet. Mike, that's crazy. Please continue, because that's crazy. I had to make that face. I had to interject right there. But that's crazy. Happy belated birthday to Brandon Aiyuk, too, by the way, if he watched.
Yeah, I saw him posting a little picture of the basketball, even though he couldn't quite do the twirl thing on the finger. Did you see the video? He was out there.
No, I didn't see that, yo. I'm glad he's enjoying
in the garage
himself,
with
though.
the Lambos and all that stuff. Listen, man, I hope this young man finds happiness however and wherever he can as soon as possible, because if it's with the faithful, it ain't going to be here.
Oh, it's not going to be with the faithful. It's not going to be with the faithful. I don't think he's struggling with happiness, Mike. I think the stuff or the shenanigans that he's been pulling has all been by design. I'll stay on that stake. That's on me. Mike, please continue. I did not mean to interject and cut you off, but you fixed whatever that was that needed to be fixed.
Yeah, no, that was on me. My apologies. But yeah, man. So Brandon Aiyuk is out there, and he's here, and not for nothing, y'all can't tell me he don't fit the mold of what the Niners are trying to put together for this season. You can't. There's nothing you can tell me that's going to convince me that you have seen, heard, or read something that says Brandon Aiyuk doesn't fit what the Niners want to do. Now, I'll give y'all this. John Lynch did go to the podium and say, it's safe to say Aiyuk has played his last snap as a 49er. He said that. If there's anything that's giving y'all hope, that's it. Because when Kyle went to the podium, and by the way, who do you think has more say? Now we about to see a real power dynamic.
It's definitely Kyle Shanahan.
Come on. Now we about to see a real battle, right?
John Lynch what did Kyle say, Mike? Because I don't remember. I don't recollect. I remember what John said.
Mm-hmm. Kyle went straight to the podium and was like, we still own his rights. I don't know why people are... Bro. Come on, dog. Come on, big dog. Kyle wasn't playing about his boy. If there's anybody out there that likes this guy still, if there's anybody thinks that they can get something out of him still, it's Kyle freaking Shanahan. It's Kyle.
This is a crazy situation. Can you... All right, because first of all, shout out to all the cornballs that's thrashing me for putting that the Niners have 10 wide receivers on their roster. I mean, technically, they have 10 wide receivers on their roster. Brandon Aiyuk has not been released yet. Like, what am I doing wrong? Now, if I didn't put him up there, it would have been like, yo, you forgot BA. I put BA up there. Oh, he's not going to be here.
Don't tell me what it's going to be. Don't tell me what's going to be. It's 4 other people on that list that are going to be cut. So what?
God damn.
You put... What was the last dude's name on your list was like Cornell West or something like that.
It was somebody.
Who the hell was that guy?
Colin Powell, Howell, Dowell. Somebody.
I read that and I was like, wait, what?
Excuse me, bitch.
Who is this?
I was like, what's his name? Who is this guy? I had to look him up. You know what I'm saying?
Colin Powell.
He signed a future reserve contract with the Niners like back in January, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So like, it was crazy, bro. Anyway, my point is BA's still on the roster until he's not. And you said something funny because I don't know if we're going to agree or disagree. I'm kind of confused right now, but I don't really care. But for some reason, the George Kittle words hold a lot of weight.
As they should. George Kittle is the face of the 49ers, y'all. Let me just go ahead and put that out there right now. Okay. There's no if, ands. We wanted to be Fred Warner. It's not. We wanted to be Brock Purdy.
It's not. It's never going to be him.
McCaffrey. It's not. It's not Nick Bosa.
No.
It's not Kyle Shanahan.
No. Let me tell you how I know it's George Kittle. This is how I know it's George Kittle. You can tell me how you
Talk to
know,
me.
and I'm going to tell you how I know. Because George Kittle, after a game, went up to the podium and said, we should run the outside zone. And the simple fact that we don't run the outside zone is the reason why we losing these games. And he threw his head coach under the bus. Let me ask you this. George Kittle threw Kyle Shanahan under the bus and got a contract extension.
And got extended. And got the bag, bro. Yes.
Extendos on the show. Oh,
show
you're going to hear
me
a
the
lot
money.
of BAMs.
Let's go, man. That's exactly what he did. He went up there, criticized Kyle, and said, now pay me, boy. Like, that's
literally,
how you know.
Literally.
Yes, that's how you know.
I feel like Kittle,
George
Kyle
Kittle.
age anyway. Like, they like the same age.
Oh, my God.
Far from the 40s, bro. This goes all the way back to me. Our argument when they first gave his contract, he gave him the contract extension, and you were like, bro, he's too old. And I'm like, who cares? He's the best.
Come on,
See,
bro.
that's the funny thing.
Come on, bro.
I'm okay when guys are older, but they still produce. You have a lot of the 49er faithful, including yourself, you guys have that smart concept of the Bill Walsh. Y'all adopted that Bill Walsh doctrine, remove the player a couple years before they start to decline, which is fine. I'm just like holding on to them until I can't use them no more. Like, you know what I mean? And so that's the difference in our philosophies. Mike, but that was funny though.
I am all for a productive member of this roster. I don't care your age. I'm still on Trent Williams' train. I said it. I want Trent Williams to play 2 more years, so that way he officially has as many years here as he has in Washington. I still view Trent Williams as a Washington Redskin player. Right? That's just facts. That's how I view him right now. Okay. Give me another year or 2, and it's even with how many years you played in each team.
Yeah,
we cool. We Gucci.
Then we gotta get him a Super Bowl though, right? We gotta get him a Super Bowl.
We do. But I want to ask you, there's a question that was posted in here by 404 error page not found, and it was posted at, oh, Lord, I moved my mouse and the time went away. He said something about the marriage between the 49ers and Brandon Aiyuk. Where is that message at? Hold on. I'm still scrolling. Where did it go? I am so sorry.
So he said
404 is the person that said it.
Yeah. It's not that wasn't the time. I see a message from him, but I'm looking for that one.
I'm gonna find the time. But he was basically saying that the marriage between Brandon Aiyuk and the 49ers is it's beyond repair. It's too far damaged. There it is right there, 4:11. It's at 4:11 p.m. Right? And my question is, tell me how. If Brandon Aiyuk is willing to come in and negotiate for another contract with some guarantees,
it'll be a
which
renegotiation. It has to be.
Right, but he should do that
because they voided his contract. That's what we're talking about. Like the money doesn't make sense, so they voided the 2000.
But they didn't void it.
No,
the NFL voided it
because they reported it that he didn't report. Kyle could listen, man. Kyle could have easily just been like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he came to practice. He was at practice. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know how they could have did it, but Kyle could have found a way to work it out. And the NFL did void the money for the 2026 season because of failure to report to where he was supposed to report to. So yes, correct. But
right.
Go back to the marriage part.
So I would like to know what portion. Sorry, let me turn this off. What portions of the marriage between the two are fractured? Now, let me play devil's advocate. I'm going to be all the way on the side of this marriage still being in decent or salvageable standings. Okay, Wayne, I'm gonna challenge you to say no. It's irreconcilable.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna challenge you. I'm gonna be on the side that it's in positive standing. One, the Niners are a year removed from giving this guy the bag.
Mm-hmm.
So he signed it. They offered it. They want to be together.
I'm looking at this contract though. I don't like cutting you off. Keep going. I'm sorry.
So he signed it. They offered it. They want to be together, right? That's number one.
Or he wouldn't have signed it. Correct. Got you.
Right. He wouldn't have signed it. They wouldn't have extended the offer.
But
it takes 2 to tango. Now, things can fall apart. I get it, but I'm just saying.
They need serious counseling. Like, right? So it needs to be some intercessors and some mediators here. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I don't know if the mediation, which I thought John Lynch was the mediator. Or Kyle Shanahan's the mediator. John Lynch is the guy that's ready to move on. And now Kyle has to come and save this marriage, right? Because that's what Kyle does. When it's a player Kyle wants, he comes and saves the marriage. Look at Trent Williams. Trent Williams was about to be a mother freaking chief. He would have had a Super Bowl ring. He could have probably retired and walked off into the sunset, bro. But what did Kyle Shanahan do at the 25th hour? He came in and saved the marriage. So is Kyle still on the save the marriage tip? You know what I'm saying? Because looking at the contract, the Niners contracts are heavily favor 49ers. I'm looking at the out. There's an out. There was an out in 2027, bro. Like, which essentially would have made his contract a 1-year deal. Bro, you got to be kidding me. Because this year is voided, right? And there was a potential out. Now, as far as the guaranteed money, Mike, it was a $120 million deal, okay? 4-year, $120 million deal. $76 million guaranteed, bro. And the Niners already started voiding the guarantees. They already voided the guarantees of $26 million for 2026. Bro, when that happened, that cat stopped showing up. You know who I'm going to say per? Per George Kittle. Because George Kittle said the moment that article came out, NFL.com article came out from Tom Pelissero, he disappeared.
And you know what's weird about that? According to that article, the guarantees went away months ago. That tells me that Brandon Aiyuk and his agent aren't even fucking talking to each other, Wayne. That tells me that there's some more turmoil on the people in his corner. This ain't about, Wayne, you and I got some dysfunction. This ain't about me and you. This is about the people in our corners.
Yeah.
This is about the people in our corners. How can an article come out about my contract and me losing my guarantees and I just find that out? Then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pick up my phone. I'm going to call my agent and say, hey, you see this? Is this real? Is this true? The agent says, yeah, man, I'm sorry. Like, you didn't, for whatever reasons, like that's what happened. Bro, I've been in here busting my butt. I've been showing up to this team. I've been running routes on the field. People were talking about we might be possibly getting fined. Like, I've been out here coaching these other young wide receivers. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. And you telling me that my numbers were void, my guarantees are gone? They were gone 3 months ago?
It's crazy.
Why didn't you tell me this? You know why the agent don't tell him that? Because the agent still get that 10% of that contract, Wayne. The agent's contract ain't based on those guarantees. It's based on the contract he signed, bro.
Okay.
The agent didn't tell him that. If y'all want to talk about a marriage that's damaged, it ain't between Brandon Aiyuk and the 49ers.
It's
agent. Between the agent.
Brandon Aiyuk.
You want further proof of that? You know who didn't fight against Brandon Aiyuk losing all of his guarantees? The NFLPA. You know who would initiate the NFLPA being on his side? His agent, bro.
Mm-hmm.
His agent. It's his agent. Brandon Aiyuk had no idea he lost those guarantees until that article came out. Y'all, we got to connect the dots. We got to tie all this back together. Brandon Aiyuk had no idea until that article came out. George Kittle said that's exactly when he started to stop seeing him. That's when he stopped coming around, was when that article came out. But the Niners said it happened months ago. Those guarantees went away months ago.
Months ago, right.
And the Niners also said this was out of our hands. We had never seen anything like this. We didn't even know this was possible. GM and head coach both said the same message. They said the same message.
So how likely is it that the Niners can just work out a new deal? Void the contract, work out a 1-year deal. Because a lot of people feel like Brandon Aiyuk is over the Niners. He's done. I don't think he's over the Niners, or he would have been speeding down Eddie DeBartolo runway. Like,
he wouldn't have been showing that Levi sign in the
background,
get what I'm saying? Advertising on his own page. Come on now.
Why is he? Why? If I'm done with a team, why am I promoting them? Why am I posting them? Like, make it make sense.
Right. Exactly. I'm not going to promote your brand if I got a beef with you. I'm not even by mistake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you, I have a real clear, transparent moment with you right now. That SF that you got on, that hat that you're wearing, that was made by
that's made by Residency.
Residency.
Yeah,
you know you were the first person I saw with that?
Oh wow.
I didn't see the Christian McCaffrey and the Trent.
The players, yeah.
or Debo. I saw you with it first. Wayne, I thought that was your shit. And I was like, yo, my man got it in with the players afterwards. And then you told me afterwards, sign up for Residency. I was like, oh.
Hey, man, use that promo code SF Breezy, man. Y'all can save on y'all purchase, baby. Let's go, cha-ching.
Right. Now, check this out. In my background, I got some New Era caps hanging on the wall.
Right.
Right? If you and I were beefing, you know what cap wouldn't be back there? If I thought it was yours?
The Wayne Breezy.
That Wayne Breezy SF Residency hat. That would not be there if I thought it was yours. There's no way I'm showing off my new Lambo. I'm playing music at the height of my attention in the NFL, right? Brandon Aiyuk's virality was at his highest peak when that happened. Correct. At his highest peak. Anything he said and did, everybody was all over it. His virality was through the roof. You think I'm going to promote your brand? No, I'm out here. You know what I would have promoted if I had beef with the Niners? Me and Jaden Daniels. You know what he did when he was negotiating with the Niners? You know who he was caught hanging out with on camera at public interviews? Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
It wasn't nobody associated with Brandon Aiyuk from the 49ers. Not Debo, not Brock, nobody during the contract negotiations. As soon as the contract talks were over, he was back. He was done. He was at the team facility.
They hated him, though. Not the players, fan base.
The fans hated him.
They didn't like the way he went about the business.
Tactics.
Yeah, the business
It was the negotiation tactics. Plus, you got injured, right? You can have bad negotiating and you can come in and be a superstar.
Well, he started off slow. So bad negotiation tactics, started off slow, then got injured. Then came back from the injury, and we like,
field.
But he was dapping up. Remember we saw the daps between him and John Lynch. What kind of bro hug was that? What was that? Remember we had a conversation about that on the
about
show.
We highlighted the show.
We highlighted the dap. Remember the dap? It was like, like this or was it like this?
Right. We was like, yo, bro, I don't know. And we even tried to figure out if that was because, one's a brother and
No. John, listen, let me tell you something about John Lynch, man. John Lynch got the vice grips of death, and he dap you up. You better be ready for your hand to hurt. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you mentioned it. There's another dap I want you to inspect later on. And
okay.
It has to do with another wide receiver, believe it or not.
Don't say Mike Evans. Oh, all right. Let's talk about this talent gap. I want to switch it a little bit. Let's talk about the talent gap, right? So,
come on.
It's it's Mike Evans. Mm-hmm. It's Christian Kirk now. Mm-hmm. It's Ricky Pearsall, and it's not in any order. And then it's a big drop. So, where would you rank BA? In that talent.
Now we talking.
Now motherfucker, let's cook.
Now we talking, baby. You make whatever, drop bombs, noise, gunshots, whatever. Let's go, baby.
I hate Sunday night football.
Now we talking.
But yes, let's go. Cook it.
Yeah, especially, by the way, I just found out that they let me go of my man, Tony Dungy.
They did let go of Tony Dungy.
I don't like that at all.
And watch this. We're going to have 8 Sunday night football games just because you pissed.
Because I don't like it, yeah. Yep. I don't want to support that now. Yeah. But anyways, all right, so here we go. The talent gap, right? You named the top 3 on the Niners roster as far as route runners and wide receivers with natural abilities, not just speed, just natural abilities.
Yeah. Don't factor in their injuries, please. Don't factor in their injuries.
I'm not.
Okay, good.
I'm not. So the 3 players that we are highlighting right now and then comparing them to, and I'm going to put them in order for you.
Go ahead.
I know you didn't ask me to, but that's what I'm going to do. So the 3 players are Mike.
I kind of did ask you without asking you, so
right.
Yeah.
Christian Kirk. Yeah. Ricky Pearsall.
Okay.
And then on this side is Brandon Aiyuk.
Okay.
I'm going to just start dropping guys off my list. He runs routes better than Christian Kirk.
Absolutely.
He runs routes better than Ricky Pearsall.
Absolutely.
This the part you ain't gonna believe. The part you ain't gonna believe.
He does. I can't
give it to him, Wayne.
No, Brandon Aiyuk runs routes better than Mike Evans.
No, he does not.
Yes,
but
he
I
does.
like that you said it.
Yes, he
does.
That
you said it.
I promise you.
I don't agree.
I promise you, he runs routes better than Mike Evans. The route running is better. The win percentage on these different passes are different. And Mike Evans' height gives him the fade route advantage, opposed to Brandon. How many fade route touchdowns Brandon Aiyuk got? I feel like none. I feel like we never go to him. And when he was wide open in the Super Bowl, they didn't throw it.
See, but that's why you can't. That's why you can't blame him for that.
I'm not blaming him. I'm not blaming him. But I'm saying I think Brandon Aiyuk. I'm not saying he's the better overall wide receiver than Mike Evans. I'm saying as far as route running, they both create separation. They just do it in different ways. I feel like they got the same 40 time. Yeah, same 4.47.
I think Brandon's a little. I think Brandon's a little faster. I think Brandon's a little faster.
I think they both 4.4s though, right? I'll check while you talk.
Listen. Here's what I think. I think Mike Evans is the more savvy vet. I think he knows how to sell the route a little bit better.
Mike Evans was a 4.53, so Aiyuk is faster.
You're right. And that's where I was going to say the difference was just with speed. That's where Aiyuk gets over on him. I think Mike Evans' route tree is just a little bit better, more pristine, and more intentional. More intentional. I think when Mike hears the call in the huddle, he knows exactly how he's going to run that route. I think Brandon Aiyuk gets to that line. He looks at the quarterback. He knows motion's coming, and he looks at this guy and says, all right, I could probably do a double and then get over there. I think Mike knows way before, and I think Mike executes it a little bit better. That's what I think.
That's tough. That's tough for me. That's tough for me to agree with. But they both, it's like 1A, 1B. And then you go into B-, C+.
All right, so So
Yeah,
we got to
yeah.
give. Okay, now this is fun. Now I'm gonna give
Because
this to you. Your
go
assignment
ahead.
on your own
Okay.
show. Here we go. Ready?
Well, before you do that, just read your super chat by Sean.
Okay.
Here we go.
I'll tell you why Puke isn't the sharpest marble in the bag. No marbles are sharp in a bag, Sean. The brightest light on the tree. Chris, I get that.
Yeah, we could
At
just
his
start.
peak, he didn't have 1/4 the moxie Diva, he means Debo, had. Bye. Now, here's what I'll say. At their peaks, you're talking about moxie. I think Debo had too much attitude. I think Debo had a little bit too much pride. I think Aiyuk was way more subtle. I think Aiyuk was way more laid back and less of a headache than what Debo was, especially during contract negotiation times. Personally, that's just me.
Okay,
That's
I
just me.
think, I think they both had. I think Aiyuk had to be that way because he lacked the gift of route running and the ability to create separation. So his gift of gab literally was to be the way
You're
he
talking
was.
about Debo?
Yes, I said Aiyuk.
I think so. I got to take
Yeah, but
I'm gonna
no,
go on mute.
no, that's fine. But yeah, I think Debo had to be that way because he lacked the route running. I think Aiyuk, I don't get the diva status from these guys. I do see that they work in their own ways to create what they need to create. The one thing I will say is, at least with Mike Evans, especially knowing that he didn't take a bag to come to San Francisco and turn down a big deal with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to get an opportunity at actually winning a championship. And doesn't Mike Evans have a Super Bowl ring? Didn't he win with Tom Brady? So didn't they win or did they lose? I can't remember. But anyway, felt like they won. So he has a ring, but he's chasing another championship for his career. And the fact that he chose Brock Purdy and Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers rings a lot. But when you look at, to your question, Sean, I think Brandon Aiyuk was overall the better wide receiver. I thought Debo had to be the way he was because of the style of football he played. He had to be a bully because if he decided to like soften up a little bit, cats would have tested him, and he probably would have just wouldn't have had the same effect. So I think each of these wide receivers did their stuff in their own way. Debo was a dog, but he was a certain type of dog. Remember, Sean, we did that show about the dogs? Debo was a certain type of dog. And then you got Brandon Aiyuk. He became a certain type of dog, right? He became a guy that could win routes, create separation, caught just about everything in his vicinity. You know what I'm saying? Even at a shorter frame and height, he had the long arms. He'd go up and get those high passes. Like, they all were dope in their own way. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they all were dope in their own way, Sean. But thank you for the super chat, man. Appreciate it. But as far as the talent gap, we don't really know what Ricky Pearsall is going to be here. We know that we've caught glimpses of the Ricky Pearsall tree, but when you start looking at the rest of the wide receivers, I mean, you know what Christian Kirk can be because he's produced in the NFL regardless of how many games he's missed in his career due to injury, but he has production in the NFL, just like Ricky Pearsall has production in the NFL, but Kirk's numbers are way greater because he's been in the league longer. When you look at some of these players, when you look at the talent gap, losing Brandon Aiyuk is it's going to be a huge gap in the talent. And then you're hoping that Ricky continues to progress. And then you're hoping that you get something out of Jacob Cowing and Jordan Watkins and these types of players that you have on your roster without adding any more veteran wide receivers, right? And so that's a big thing. Like, and the Niners literally can afford Brandon Aiyuk. Like, they can afford it. They have the money.
Not only do they have the money, he's already on the books.
Right. That's what I mean.
My
Well,
fault. I was on mute during that conversation, wasn't I?
yes, you were. His guarantees were voided, I believe.
The guarantees, but the salary cap didn't change.
No.
So, I mean, he's already accounted for. Now, Wayne, here's what the beautiful thing is about Brandon Aiyuk, right? There were some faithful out there that got really excited about the addition of Christian Kirk, right? He finished the season strong, right? He had almost half of his total production in just those playoff games, right? So that means that he's getting healthier, he's getting better. Imagine this. You insert Brandon Aiyuk, and Christian Kirk becomes the fourth best wide receiver on this roster.
Wait.
Yes.
Wait.
I said it.
Wait.
Yes.
Excuse
I
me,
said it.
bitch. What?
You insert. I said what I.
Excuse me, bitch.
You insert Brandon Aiyuk with Mike Evans and Ricky Pearsall.
Who becomes the fourth best wide receiver?
Christian Kirk is the fourth best wide receiver
Oh,
on this roster. Once
my
you
bad.
include Brandon Aiyuk.
So you got Christian Kirk behind Ricky Pearsall.
Yes.
I don't.
Yes, I do.
I don't.
Yes, I do. And I'm not high on Pearsall. I'm also not high on Kirk. I've been trying to act enthused and excited, like for the faithful.
I mean, a healthy Kirk has been more dynamic with the ball in his hands than Ricky Pearsall.
A healthy Kirk don't exist. He ain't been healthy for 2
Neither
seasons
does a
in
healthy
row.
Ricky Pearsall. So like,
Neither does a healthy 49ers team. I mean, what
So-
we really
but-
talking about?
That's why we're saying bearing health. So bearing health, I think Christian Kirk is overall a better wide receiver than Rick. The production says it. He has 1,000-yard season as a wide receiver. Well,
His first year in Jacksonville, 2017. Yep.
Yeah. So he has that
No,
1 yard.
2019.
He has that one season, excuse me. But at the end of the day, like, I mean, he got paid, got hurt, whatever. I don't think he was used right when last year in Houston when they signed him in free agency. But that's my thing. Plus, they drafted like
He was with
several
Houston
wide
for 2
receivers.
years. He was with Houston for 2 years. And people keep acting like he didn't know the system. He didn't have a rapport.
No, I didn't
with,
say he didn't know the
with
system.
Stroud. No,
I said he
not
wasn't-
you, not you.
He wasn't used right. So what happened was they drafted they drafted tons of wide receivers, and they just kept drafting them. And I was just like, what? Remember, they drafted the kid from Iowa State. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Not this past year.
Noel?
Not this year, 2 years ago. Then they got Tank Dell. They got two wide receivers that year. Tank Dell and that wide receiver. Now he's been injured as well. I only got 1 year with Houston, Mike. So I'm not sure.
I thought it was 2. My bad. My
Yeah,
bad.
2025. They signed him as a free agent. If I'm not mistaken, because it's Jacksonville. He started off with Arizona. That's why we know him. And if you remember him, Arizona. As far as his 1,000 season, it came in 2022.
Nico Collins. That's who you was talking about.
Nope, wasn't
Jalen
talking about
Noel
Nico
and
Collins.
Nico Collins and Tank
No.
Dell. Those are the 3 guys. Are you talking about Jaden Higgins?
Hutchinson, Xavier Hutchinson. So what happened was they went Nico Collins from Michigan, and then they got Xavier Hutchinson from Iowa State and Tank Dell in the same year. And then the next year they got Jalen Noel and Jaden Higgins. So like they just kept drafting wide receivers. It didn't even make sense why they signed him. But he had hamstring injuries last year. I think that's what he struggled from. And then when he came back, he re-aggravated something. So his hamstring never got right. I think maybe being off and letting the hamstring heal, who knows? Put him in the slot though. He's going to be a monster. I think he could be a monster. I think he played the slot better than Ricky Pearsall. So that's why I think his production will have him slightly better than Rick. But I like the promising from Rick. He's the younger player. He's not afraid to go across the middle, I guess.
Yes, the fuck he is. We see
Okay,
it. All right,
you're
never
right.
mind.
No, you're right.
I don't
You're
want to start
right.
bashing
You're
Ricky
right.
Pearsall because people already think I'm negative all off.
No, it's not bashing him. It's just we got to, he got to get tough. Like, you know what I mean? Like he got to.
He's not. He has to. I agree with you. It's not in him. It's either in you or it's not. He's a dancer. He's a finesse guy. And
No.
getting physical is not part of
Because
his game.
there's a difference between Ricky Pearsall and Dante Pettis, and Pearsall not him. Like Pettis was scared to play football. Ricky Pearsall's not scared to play football. Like the toughness is in him. I just think the routes we've seen it, bro. You go back to the Florida tape. You watch him going across the middle, catching those passes.
Nah. I don't care about that. Are you
know, I
still
feel
as
you, but
bold in
even-
the NFL?
Well, he ain't played, motherfucker. He been
This is about to
injured.
be his 3rd year, big dog. Like, what are we talking
First
about?
year got shot. Second year got shot again. And then
y'all
now,
gotta stop with this
No, I'm
shot
just-
nonsense,
I'm
bro.
not-
That
listen,
happened
I'm-
in the off season. It had
Bro.
no effect and bearings on this dude, bro.
It took time for him to recover. Remember, he wasn't with the team in the camp. You know how hard it is to be a wide receiver in this offense. I'm not giving him no excuse. This is the year he got to show up and prove, right? Last year, he couldn't stay healthy. First year, unfortunate events. Last year, couldn't stay healthy. This year, he better motherfucking figure it out. I'm tired of seeing that motherfucker dancing, cooking, and cleaning, and fighting, and all that shit on the internet. He better be out here learning that playbook, the XYZFLQBT. He better learn all that shit. Like that. Ricky Pearsall need to be on point. You know why? And you know how I know he's gonna be on point? Because it's payday. It's pay time coming up in a couple of seasons. It's time, yo. You better be on point.
I agree.
Let's talk
Now's
about
your
this.
chance to make the money. Wait. Oh, okay.
Okay, no, go.
No,
Go.
I see number 3 going across the bottom.
No,
Shut
but go
up.
ahead. Finish what you was
Because
about to say.
I wanted to ask you. I wanted to ask you a question.
Yeah, please
and
ask me.
I don't want to derail the whole show.
No.
But the
Ask me the
question is
question.
this: after the year that the 49ers had without Brandon Aiyuk on the field, do you think that improved Brandon Aiyuk's value to this team, or hurt it? Reflect on all the wide receiver play that we had last year. Do you think that helped Brandon Aiyuk, or hurt him as far as his value in this team or on this team in this roster if he's healthy?
I think it's hard to determine that for me because the team
We saw the play.
The wide receiving play was trash. The team still found a way to make it to the playoffs, and so, but they couldn't get out of the divisional round without a true X. Then in this offseason, they go and get an X, and so it's like they're preparing to move on. But we don't know how that's gonna. We don't know how it's gonna look. Cause you know what the issue was for me last year. I think if the wide receivers created more separation, I think we would have had a better chance at running the ball. I felt like our offense, Mike, last season was too one-tail-sided. Like it was like they just knew what we were gonna do as soon as we got out there, bro. Like, 1 yard gain. 2 yard gain. Pass, run. Pass. I'm just like, God dang, we can't even fake a pass, fake a run. We couldn't do anything because it was just too telling. And so that's why they went and got Mike Evans. I don't know if it hurt him or if it helped him, but at the end of the day, if I'm Kyle Shanahan, I'm like, bruh, Aiyuk, can you get your shit together, dog? Because like we could be on, we could do something like huge, gigantic here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, he's on the books for this season. And so I think it would be wise, bro, if I don't know if it hurt him or helped him. I don't know. I feel like
Really?
I don't, because maybe it helped his chances because the wide receiver room was trash. But what happened was they addressed it in the offseason. And that's why they did. Okay, Mike, you got to be fair. They did address it. We just don't know. We going off a favor.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, you went 3 weeks past where I went. Season ends, boom. I think Kyle said, guys, we really need a guy like Brandon Aiyuk in here. And that's how you end up with a Mike Evans. I think that's how you end up with a Mike Evans, right?
For sure.
The fact that we went back and forth with who was a better route runner between the two of them lets me know that we both are on the same page, that we need that type of route runner back in this locker room.
But they win different. They win different. So
they do. One wins
right.
big and physical.
And
one wins with finesse
and
I'm out, right?
Yo.
But they win with routes.
But if you don't have Aiyuk, you're missing the finesse.
Come on.
And that right there, that's where the draft comes in. But now you're asking for another rookie to come in here and be finessing. I don't know. Perk got a super chat on your channel, bro. Go ahead.
Here comes the money.
Oh,
here we go.
Perk dog.
He says, yeah, rep that shit, talk y'all shit. Wayne and Mike, my brothers. Let's go, baby. Drop a bomb on him, Wayne. Let's go. I know you got a bomb over there. So let's go.
But Tony says,
baby.
Get the hell over BA. He don't want to be here, Mike. And
Says who? Says who? Tony hates this guy. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I'm going to give y'all a little peek behind the curtain. I know Tony's in the chat. And this is Tony from Nothing But Niners. This is my resident GM right here, y'all.
We figured it out.
Yeah.
He put some
mixed us up with that cube.
hieroglyphic numbers up there so he didn't think we going to know who he was. I figured it out.
It's like one of the infinity models. I didn't know what them letters meant in the numbers, right? Listen, y'all, that's Tony. I'm telling y'all something, right? That's Tony. Listen, y'all. Tony is completely he don't hate Brandon Aiyuk. The way that I fell out of love with Deebo Samuel on the Niners during the negotiations, that's exactly what happened with Brandon Aiyuk with Tony. So Tony feels the way that I felt, right? He's over the experiment. But y'all, Tony, I'm trying
But
to tell you something,
it wasn't
bro.
an experiment. It worked. That shit was working.
Yes,
Like
it worked for both of them the right way, if used the right way. If used the right way,
Brandon
it worked for both
Aiyuk
of those
was working,
guys.
period. He got hurt. Okay? Maybe if John stopped being a little bitch about these contracts and
Come
got
on,
it
keep
done,
going.
we would have been.
Keep going.
No, I'm just saying, like, stop fucking pussyfooting and prancing around the situation. Sign your guys and keep it moving. He would have been in on camp. He would have got the legs right, the feet right, hands right, coordination right, timing right. You know, stop. Like, we gotta stop. Like, pussy willowing around with these contract situations, man. The money there, just make it happen. That doesn't mean you got to sign every player, but Brandon Aiyuk already proved he was that guy. And he wasn't doing it diva style. He just showed up and proved. The only time we even incorporated the word diva with him was during the negotiation period because the Niners don't want to pay wide receivers. That's my
Bro.
take.
No. That's a beautiful take, right? But Tony said something in here. He said get over him, right? He said get over Brandon Aiyuk, and then the last thing he said was he don't want to be here.
No. We don't know that. He
That's
didn't
where I
say
want to
that.
focus.
Okay.
Who said that? Where did that come from? Where did we get that idea? Never in all the things that he said after signing his contract did he ever say he doesn't want to be here. Nowhere. Ever.
I think
so help me out.
From the actions. But even what actions is showing that he don't want to be here? Because he was speeding? Because he posted cryptic messages to some rap songs that I'll never ever listen to? I'm just
I didn't
asking.
see it anywhere. Anybody watching right now, and there's a ton of y'all watching right now. I can see the chat.
306 people watching.
I can see the chat right now. Somebody out there tell me when Brandon Aiyuk said after signing his contract, he don't want to be here. Think about all the negative stuff y'all could think. Was it the shorts? Is it the shorts? We still
the
beefing
black
about the shorts?
Oh,
Are we still
the
beefing about the shorts?
The shorts. That's
Huh?
funny because I feel like that only blew up because Grant Cohn posted it. And then Kyle had to do something about it. Other than that, no one knew. No one knew he had on black shorts at practice, bro. But go ahead.
But you know what he did with those black shorts after confronted by the head coach of the team?
He took them off. I mean, he put the other shorts on, right? Like
he took them off.
Right, because he had the
took
other
them off.
He had the other shorts on underneath.
This man has been showing in every step of the way that he wants to be here.
Okay.
Hostile contract negotiations, signed said contract. Showed up, practiced, asked to take over wide receiver meetings. All that stuff is true. Don't believe me? Ask George fucking Kittle.
So
Ask George
technically, he
Kittle.
didn't have on the wrong shorts. Technically, he had on the right shorts under the wrong
Just
shorts.
covered up. Yeah. Coach, I had 3 layers on. It's a little windy
Maybe
out
he
here
was
in Santa
cold.
Clara, you know?
Yeah, he ain't had no Vaseline for them skinny ass
Yeah,
legs.
you know,
Yeah.
they stop wearing cups so the boys don't get tucked in that heat ain't really, you know, and
Tony,
they
why
doing what
you
it's
always
supposed to
think
do.
we conspiring against you, bro? I promise that's not what we doing. We just having a conversation.
It's okay. Tony gonna have to be mad at me for this episode. Tony know I love him though. Tony know I love him, man. That's my guy. Tony
We
knows
are
my
not.
guy.
I promise, Tony, man. There's nothing going on here. There's nothing. Nothing's going on here, bro. Godly. Stop, Tony. Stop.
Tony, he could talk to me for a week.
He's
It's
not
your
gonna talk
fault.
to us for a week. I won't see. He's supposed to do a mock draft Monday. He's not gonna show up. He's gonna leave me hanging.
All right. So I still need somebody to tell me what makes y'all believe that Brandon Aiyuk doesn't want to be here. This is not. Let's move on to number 3, strategy, because we got plenty of time actually. I'm seeing that.
But let's talk about it because, like, when I talk about strategy, like, I mean, the Niners reportedly said they wanted a 7th round pick. So, like, the Niners were willing to trade him. They feel like there's value in him, and they're gonna hold on to him because they feel like a team will give them a 7th round pick. So. Do you think there's some type of trade leverage going on here? Is there a locker room narrative? Because I feel like George Kittle shut the locker room narrative down. And I wish more players would speak up.
He bodied it.
Like straight up said,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like I'm curious to know, like I don't think there's a locker room narrative. It might be issues with the front office. Like,
Right. Yeah, no, I don't believe that there's an issue in the locker room. I believe that the players are still concerned with the players. The players that fuck with Brandon Aiyuk still fuck with Brandon Aiyuk. I'm going to be honest with y'all. People kept saying, oh, him and Debo. I don't think they ever had a real relationship. Nothing about them ever gave me friends vibes when I was watching those two guys interact on the field, on the sidelines, none of that. But the people that messed with Brandon Aiyuk, that dealt with him, that were sincerely concerned about his injury and all that, I think that I don't think any of that changed. On the offense or the defensive side of the ball, the players are the players. Business is business. And they all understand that there's fallouts. I think Brandon Aiyuk was even confused about the fallout from this all. So he's not the one that's to say, oh, the team did me dirty. My agent didn't even inform me of what was going on. That's how I look at it.
He was in Cali.
Exactly. He stayed close by. Go ahead and send Tony the link, man. They want Tony to get on and air us out, bro. I'm telling you, I'm seeing the chat, man. But listen, not only did he stay close by, bro, he was in the building and coaching. He was running routes against wasn't it the Houston's game? Wasn't it the Texas game that they had him running routes on prior to?
Yeah, and they said he was going to get fined for it. They were going to fine the team, not him, but the team.
Right.
Yeah.
And his guarantees had been gone for 3 months at that point.
They were already gone. They just didn't get reported until months later.
Exactly. Come on, man. That dude wanted to be here. Y'all not gonna, there's nothing y'all can tell me that's going to convince me he didn't want to be here, bro. Nothing. Now, y'all going to have to deal with Brandon Aiyuk some more. That's what y'all get. That's what y'all get. So you talk about the strategy. You saying that something here was done intentionally. What part are you suggesting that was done intentionally? And by whom?
Well, I think the team. This is intentionally done by the team. I feel like that this narrative, in my opinion, is team-based narrative. So when I say front office, coaching, general man, all that, it's a team-based thing. I feel like they're not doing him dirty, but they're not doing him any justice, right? So I feel like when it comes to this situation, I think the team created the narrative. I think the team pushed out what they wanted to be reported. Because why are we not hearing from Brandon Aiyuk? Why are we not hearing? We're not getting any cryptic messages. We're not getting anything. Like, we're not getting anything, right? Because I don't think the situation, something is weird. Something is weird. Yes, Brandon Aiyuk's been acting weird, but this whole situation has been weird.
Yeah.
So I think this is a team thing, especially when you got a general manager saying, we think we saw his last days here, and then you got the head coach saying he's still under contract. So everything's weird.
It is all weird. It is all weird. I like what you're saying about this being strategy, and I'm going to say that it's a strategy by the 49ers, right? Hear me out. We signed Christian Kirk. We signed Mike Evans. People all of a sudden saying the Niners might be one good piece away from having one of the best offenses in the NFL if everybody can stay healthy, because George Kittle's supposed to be coming back. Christian McCaffrey's going to make his return. There was no problems with him, right? You got McCaffrey, Evans, Kirk, Pearsall. That's a formidable group that you're throwing out there on the field, right? I think, and here's the strategy part, the Niners signing guys who are injured. Hey, Brandon, we're not afraid of injuries. Oh, you didn't believe us after? Oh, it's Mike Evans. He's got 1,000 yards every. Okay, you didn't believe us? All right, well, watch this one, and we're going to do it now here. This guy's only got 1,000 yards. We went from a guy that has all but 1,000-yard seasons his entire career to a guy that only has 1,000-yard season his entire career. Hey, but we still believe
Aiyuk has 2,000-yard because he
no. I'm talking about Kirk.
Oh,
we went from Mike Evans, who only 1 year in his entire career does he not have 1,000 yards, and Christian Kirk, on the other hand, who only has 1,000-yard season in his entire career. So what we're showing you is, here's the strategy. Hey, Aiyuk, we don't care about injuries. Bring it on, baby. Show us that you want to play here, and we got you.
So you saying that the Niners? Hold up.
Now he got me. That boy paid attention. Now he got me. Come on.
You saying that the Niners? I can't stand this show. You saying that the Niners didn't go after Alec Pierce? They didn't go after these guys. They went after players returning from ACLs and injuries to compete with an injured player, with a player returning from injury on this You listen. Now, if that ain't no mad scientist shit right there, bro, like that. If Brandon Aiyuk remains on this roster,
Come on.
and that means Mike's theory would have been correct, and we all owe Mike $1. All of us.
Oh, send it in the super chat.
324 people plus
Send it in the
myself.
super chat.
Now 325. So 326. Not me, because I agree with Mike. Y'all all owe this motherfucker $1.
All right, help me out. Honestly, why should the Niners drop him? Let's flip this whole script.
I can't. That's the. You know what? Let's go right to segment 4. Segment 4. That's the real question. That's the question. That is the real question. Why should they drop him? Wait. Why?
I don't. You want me to try?
No, we're asking everybody. Like this is the time they could chime in. Why should the Niners drop him? Is it because of
guarantees are gone? Favor Niners. Oh, I'm sorry, I cut you off. You go now. You go now. You give one. I'll give one. We'll ping pong. Go.
Oh, you said
guarantees are gone. Favor
guarantees
Niners.
are gone. The trade value is low.
Favor Niners. Like we're not going to let you go for nothing, right?
Everything's favoring the Niners.
Knows the playbook.
Oh gosh, already developed 1,000-yard wide receiver. Like everything favors the Niners. Like what favors Brandon Aiyuk in this situation?
The only reason that he could possibly want to go is to sign with the team of his choosing that may be interested in him. So you got to have a team that's interested in you, and then you have to pick from them, and the Niners have to release him, and you're still not going to get the contract that you have here. So you're still not going to get it.
So my thing is this, right? If I'm the Niners, I mean, the Niners have all the power here.
Yes,
so, and thank you, Steven, for the super chat.
Here comes the money.
I sent him the link, so maybe he'll call in. We about to get off at 5 anyway, so we got about 9 minutes. If the Niners,
wait, what? Never mind. Sorry.
What? What did I say wrong?
You said we got 9 minutes,
bro. I'm off in my timing, bro. We got,
bro.
Because we were supposed to start. Because you were, you know what? You were
I see what you're saying. You looking at
now
the
you just don't want me to say it.
Okay,
I got
all
you.
right. No. Yeah. No,
I won't say it.
I'm covering
but you
my
was
own
fucking
ass.
late.
CYA.
I'm gonna say it though. yeah. That's what happened. That's why my timing is off. Okay. Anyway, god dang. I don't even know what I was saying, bro. Bump that. I'm good.
No, the real question: how does it favor Aiyuk to be released? Why?
The only way it favors him, like you said, if he's released. But does it? It favors him to go become a free agent and to sign with a team of his choice. Right? That's the only favor he has. But here's where the Niners still control that. The Niners don't have to release him until after June 1st. Bruh.
See?
That means you're missing camp. That means, yeah, we'll release you, but you're going to go into another camp not ready to go. We already saw what that was like coming into the Niners camp. You know what I'm saying? The only thing you can't control, here's where it could backfire against the Niners. There's only one way. If this motherfucker go,
Come on.
If he go sign with the Rams.
Oh, no. Oh, God, no.
Or the Seahawks.
I just got sick to my stomach. Wait, why would you say that, bro? I'm about to...
That is the only way Aiyuk gains power. Only way. And guess what?
If he do that, I'll never forgive him. There's not a lot of ex-Niners that I hate.
Jerry Rice signed with the Seahawks. You forgave Jerry Rice.
Because he did it 14 years after he left the Niners. Like, let's be honest. This motherfucker had braids by the time he was with the Seahawks, bro. I can't hate that. Yeah, I don't hate that at all, bro. If Aiyuk threw that straight off the contract.
Because, Mike, here's what I'm saying, yo. The Niners are being petty in this situation, and I mean, I'm about the petty life. I understand it, bro. Like, I get it. It's a way of life, you know what I'm saying? But the only way the pettiness, if you act petty, what's that? It'll come back to you. Reap what you sow, bro. Like, you reap what you sow. Like, the pettiness will come back. And if I'm Brandon Aiyuk, yo, Jaden, man, you my boy. I'll see you in about 3 years. I'm going to sign this 1-year deal with the Super Bowl champions or the team Kyle coach he hates and loves at the same time is the weirdest thing, Sean McVay, and go to the Rams. I mean, can you imagine Brandon Aiyuk, Puka Nacua, and Devontae Adams, bro, on the same team?
God,
can you
that's some
imagine
nasty
that?
route running and usage right there? Oh my God!
And I bet you
Wait.
$5 that he
my
will be
God.
the healthiest he's ever been if he
Can we
leaves San
not
Francisco.
put this out there? Somebody
Okay,
hit
my
the
bad.
button
Taking
and
it
remove
back.
this.
EA
Oh my
Sports.
God!
It's in the game.
Taking it back.
Wow.
Taking it
Wow.
back.
And and bro, he would eat over there,
He
bro.
would eat.
He would eat, but he could eat here because we got the Pearsall and Kirk and Evans. He would eat here and Kittle. We got more. We got McCaffrey.
Tony don't
we
want
got
him.
more.
Tony say get rid of him because is you know what I think the question is. Another question could be: is Brandon Aiyuk? He's not even. Is he causing drama? No, I don't think
It's not him.
It's not him.
Right there, 501. That's perfect. Tony's comment right there is perfect.
I'm gonna go to it. All right, hold on. Let me read the super chat by Steve. Renegotiate BA's contract with guarantees and create cap. Bam. That's how
it
you
right
solve
there.
this.
That's
1 year
that's
deal.
how you take care of everything.
Incentive-based deal. Make him
Let's go.
earn everything he needs to get out on the football field. Boom, boom. That's how you do it.
Steve, thank you very much for the chat. That was well thought out, and that is the solution to what we're talking about. I was talking about the 501. This ain't the one I was talking about.
Oh, my bad.
But no, it's cool. He said, let's not forget his family member said that we were out after the Super Bowl. Do we forget that? No, Tony, we don't forget that. You know what else happened after the Super Bowl, after the family member posted that? He signed the contract.
Yeah.
The contract came after all of this.
He chose the Niners.
The family member was posturing for position
It was
and
part
money.
of the negotiation.
It's part of the negotiation. Every negotiations are public. Listen, Tony, I don't like it. I said it with Debo, right? You're old school like I am. You don't like it either. I hate all this public negotiations. That's when it started. As soon as the 49ers season was over, immediately after the Super Bowl, that's when Brandon Aiyuk's negotiations began. It was right there in that moment. And that's why it was a family member that did it and not him. That's why he walks into interviews and brings Jaden Daniels from a different team in there with him, right? That's why a guy like Debo was seen on video and posted him out to lunch with Mike McDaniels, just to seem like, hey, somebody else out there wants me.
I know why you hate Debo. It just hit me. It was the Cowboys shit.
I said that. I've
I
always
know,
owned
but
it. That jersey
I'm
swap.
recollecting right now.
He didn't even create the jersey swap. He liked the jersey swap.
The jersey swap. Yeah.
I hate the Cowboys. I promise you, bro. If my mama wasn't my mama, I'd hate her too, because she's a Cowboys fan. The only reason I love that woman is because she's my mama. That's not the only reason. She's done some phenomenal things for me, right? But I don't fuck with Cowboys fans. My mama gets that pass. She gets that pass, bro. Debo liking that jersey swap of a Cowboy. It could have been the Chiefs. It could have been the Raiders. There's no team that irks me more than the Cowboys. He liked that picture. That's when I dropped him, bro.
I gotta read this comment from Kylie. It says, Tony, like I said, BA got weird after the Super Bowl loss. Don't forget BA was crying at his locker after the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Doesn't that tell y'all how much he cares? Like, what are we talking about?
Didn't Debo Samuel cry after that?
Didn't Fred
Rams
Warner
game?
cry?
Yeah. Like, what's wrong with crying?
Like, what are we talking about?
My thing was they didn't throw him the damn ball. He was wide open.
For the whole fucking game.
The whole game. Yo.
See,
Yeah.
Can I tie this up in a bow? Can
You close this out for us, bro?
Super Bowl comes around. Brandon Aiyuk felt underutilized, undertargeted. Y'all didn't appreciate me for what I was. Y'all wanted to rely on the genius that is Kyle Shanahan. Yes, Kyle has his perks, but that Super Bowl came and went. I was open. I felt misused. I'm going to have my sibling say it, or his friend, whatever the guy was. Boom, it's done. Contract negotiations come around. Hey, we fucked up. We're going to use you. I'm going to sign the deal. Cool. Get it done the hard way. Right? Kyle thought he could get it done without the skill set of Brandon Aiyuk. He thought that his system was good enough. You know what this whole entire past season showed? Kyle, it ain't about your system, bro. You still need the talent to execute the plays that you call. Brandon Aiyuk's stock, I'm not going to say it went up. I'm not going to say it went down, but it definitely stayed the same. It definitely stayed the same. The Niners need Brandon Aiyuk just as much then as we do now. And it was evident by what we saw. Don't tell me that the Niners don't want injured players because the top 2 wide receiver free agents that they signed were injured players. Don't tell me they don't need them because they also signed 2 wide receivers. They know they need help in that room. They know that they need help in that room. Brandon Aiyuk is somebody that the Niners and the fan base should consider keeping around for a while because, 1, we own his rights. 2, we haven't been offered anything worth letting them go for. And 3, the cut timeline is June 1st, which is well after the draft.
Well after the draft.
If he's still here after the draft, y'all in for something. That's all I got, man.
Oh, we'll revisit this show, man. Mike, that was crazy. I know the faithful don't want Brandon Aiyuk here. The majority of the faithful, not everybody in the faithful. Let me be clear. The debate was, should the 49ers move on from Brandon Aiyuk or keep him? I'm in the keep him category because he makes the team better. Like, why would you get rid of a player that makes the team better? Man, fuck everybody's feelings at this point. I just want the best players on the football field at the same damn time. Like, that's what I need. You know what I mean? He makes the team better. Feelings, we gotta. Yeah, I'm over feelings, man. I'm over feelings. I'm over emotions. I'm emotioned out. Like, these feelings, man. We can't do things based off of feelings, man. You gotta add logic in there at some point. And most of us are logical. Gotta look at it from a bigger picture, bigger perspective. Not saying he's gonna remain here, but if he does, strap on your seatbelts, faithful. Mike, take us home.
We live all the time, kicking it with the fam, bro. That's Breezy. I'm Mike, and this is The BAM Show.
What's up, faithful? Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and make sure you check out some of the other cool videos.